Welcome to the North Shore Performance Podcast, where we take a deep dive into health and fitness for everyday people and the athlete in all of us. I am your host, Jake Wirtz, and with me is my best friend and co-host, Tanner Schenkel. Together, we take an honest look at fitness and discuss how anybody can improve their lives by adopting a healthy lifestyle. Welcome back to another episode of the North Shore Performance Podcast, guys. Tanner and I are back in action with our first podcast in what seems like forever. Life's been a little busy. I've got a new job. Tanner's got tons of stuff going on. It's snowing every single day, it seems like, so we're constantly shoveling. So, Tanner, how are you?
I'm pretty sore from shoveling for like 10 hours yesterday. 24 inches of snow we got, so
Yeah,
pretty sore.
You guys got hit with it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we got hit pretty hard. But it's all good now, so just waiting for the next one, I guess.
So today we've got a great episode in store for you guys. We were inspired by the Spotify Wrapped playlist that comes out at the end of every year, and we were just talking about music and our favorite gym songs and stuff like that. And I think it was Tanner. He had the great idea of let's just have an episode about our favorite gym music and stuff like that. So we're going to go over some of our favorite songs at the moment. These aren't permanent, obviously. Your taste change with the years and with the seasons, but as of right now, these are our favorite songs for the gym. And then we're actually going to pick out a few from each other's playlists that we liked, didn't like, stuff like that, some guilty pleasure stuff. But yeah, why don't we get right into it, Tanner?
Yeah, so my number 5, I guess you could say, it's hard to put them in order, but it is Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine. I don't know. It's always been a song I heard in a local station, 93X. No, it's kind of a hype song. So we'll play a little bit of it quick.
Yeah, we're going to try to play a little bit of each of the songs. Not go too long, but
yeah, some
just
of
to
them
get the idea
might
of
not
it.
have heard of.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine has a ton of good songs, actually. I have a lot of their stuff on my playlist, too.
We'll just get to the main kind of intro part here. That real intro part gets me going, like right when he goes, you know, and it goes pretty hard.
Yeah, that's a great song when you're just sitting at the end down and you kind of wait for that, beat the drop, and then you get up and you hit your set. But so my number 5 song is Industry Baby by Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. I'm a little bit more of a pop guy than Tanner, so my playlist is gonna have a little bit more pop than his for sure.
All right. Do you have anything else to say? Do you want me to start it?
Just start it.
Oh yeah, I know this song now.
Yeah, everybody knows this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely notice that my playlist and some of my guilty pleasures, there's a lot more pop and stuff like this than Tanner's. Tanner's is all it's all heavy stuff. It's stuff you've never heard of. All right, what's next up for you, Tanner?
Next up for me is I have Fight for Your Right to Party.
Yeah, old school.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Another song that I always heard on 93X, our local radio station. I just recently heard this song played at a UMD hockey game. I'm from Duluth, Minnesota, so we got the Bulldogs. It was pretty hype. Everyone was jamming out to it during the game, it was a lot of fun, and that's when I instantly added to the workout playlist.
This just makes me think of the Elk River High School weight room.
Oh yeah,
Coach Brian.
A lot of
like one of his songs
that we like go to are going to be songs that through the years we listened to in our weight room in high school. So
Elk River football just won the state championship too for their class. So shout out to the Elks.
It's good to be an Elk.
It's good to be an Elk. Way to go, Hammy. My number 3 song, or actually number 4 song, is "Could Have Been Me" by the Struts. It's very fast paced, just gets me bouncing up and down, just gets me ready to go. I like anything that just gets me hyped.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I look for. Anything that gets like an emotional reaction from me,
Yeah,
or a physical reaction.
That's where a lot of mine are. They might seem weird, but it's the emotional reaction I'm going for with the lyrics.
Yeah,
or the
exactly.
beat or something.
Just wait till the chorus starts. That's my favorite. I love the way he rolls his R's there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I love that. All right, Tanner, what's next for you?
Next I got Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. And this one is a nostalgia piece. This one was always played in Elk River weight room, at least when me and Wirtz were there. And when this guitar intro kicks in, you know what's coming.
Yeah, Motley Crue's got some bangers for sure. But this is probably my favorite song by them too. Yeah, I think everybody who's been in a weight room has heard that song at some point in their life.
Or like some Led Zeppelin too.
Oh, yep. Love Led Zeppelin. Okay, so number 3 on my list is "Grinding" by NF. This is actually my number 1 song from 2022, this last year, on my Spotify Wrapped playlist. I played this song more than any other song.
NF is great, and Mardi Gras is pretty solid too.
Yeah,
so.
It's not my number 1 gym song, but it's the one I listened to the most this year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just let
Takes a
me
little
work.
bit to get going.
Just let me work.
Yeah, I think I have like 3 or 4 NF songs on my playlist. Got good
He's-
workout songs.
He's a very aggressive rapper.
I'm out here grind. You ain't never heard nothing like this. Let me work. Show me where the mic is. I'm on stage, black shirt and my Timbs. You know how I do it. I ain't playing with you. I've been grinding.
Yeah, that's just one of those songs that gets me like in the zone, focused.
Yeah. I like those rappers. The best I can say is like the aggressive, like they're kind of like shouting at you almost in a way. Like it just, yeah, I don't know. That's why I like that stuff, kind of stuff at the gym. That's good stuff.
Tanner
All right.
just likes being yelled at. That's his
Yeah,
fetish.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, children. All right, my next song, I first heard it at an East basketball game. My nephews play for East up here, East High School, and instantly added it. Also, most of my rap, because I'm not like hip and cool, is
If you notice the pigment of his skin.
is shared to me from my nephews. So shout out to Caden and Brennan. They're the ones who pretty much tell me about any new rap song coming out or whatnot. But this song I heard at the basketball game and I thought it was very good. So this
So
Wolves by
they're
Big
the bad
Sean.
influence on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get my bad influence somewhere else from older country back in the
Yeah.
old days. But anyways, back to so it's Wolves by Big Sean and Post Malone.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's right. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I was raised by the wolves. I was raised by the wolves.
Pretty much anything Post Malone does is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was raised
Except when he broke his ribs.
It can't always be great.
I'm sure that didn't feel very good.
Probably not.
So my top 2 songs are very different than the first 3 that I listed. These are some more old school metal rock. Whenever I'm going for a PR, it's usually one of these 2 songs. So next we've got "War Pigs" by Black Sabbath.
This,
I've listened to the song hundreds of times. It's so good, front to back. It's a longer song, but the guitar, the drums, the vocals, the lyrics, it's almost perfect. It's almost a perfect song, in my opinion.
I agree. It's an excellent song.
Yeah, it's almost 8 minutes, which is a very long song. And we're going to listen to every second of the song here on the podcast.
We only have 40 minutes still.
Thanks a lot, Zoom.
And we're playing copyrighted material, so this one's not going to be monetized whatsoever, even if we were being monetized. So,
Well,
can't afford
luckily,
that premium.
luckily for us, our videos don't get enough views to risk monetization. But yeah, no, this one will not be monetized. It takes a little bit for this one to hit, though.
We gotta wait till Ozzy
Yeah.
Osbourne comes in, that vocal. Also, like the war siren going in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
a little drum in the background. Love that.
Generals gathered in their masses.
It's like 8 o'clock at night when we're recording this, and I want to run through a wall right now. This is my bedtime usually.
Evil minds that plot destruction. Sorcerer of death's construction.
Ugh, so good. So good. What's
All
next
right.
for you?
My number one is right now is Chill Bill by Rob Stone and Jay Davis.
I don't think I know this song off the top of my head.
I think you probably would once you hear it.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. So like the whistling intro is from how I understand it, like the whistling part from the actual Kill Bill movie. So here it goes.
Water. Rob Stone, 2 damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code. Used to sip out styrofoam, but figured I should.
And it builds off there.
Yeah, that's going on. That's going on the playlist right away. That's a banger. Man, I haven't even heard of that song before. That's crazy.
It's kind of an older one, but I think I remember hearing it for the first time like in high school or early college. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I kind of live under a rock, so it takes a while for new music to make its way to my playlist.
Same here. That's why my nephews are usually the ones showing me new like hip hop and rap and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I usually hear new songs when my wife listens to TikTok, and then I'm like, oh, that's catchy, and then that's when I catch it. So my number one song for the gym, and I don't think it's ever going to change, is "Seek and Destroy" by Metallica.
Another great one.
Just instantly in your face. Basically, any PR I've hit in the gym over the last year, in the gym, this has been what's been playing in my headphones. It's almost a guarantee, will not miss. Oh, it's so good. Another long song. Both of my top two are almost 7 minutes combined or each. So
I mean, mainly we do powerlifting, so you got like 3-minute rest. You're
that's
cool.
a whole rest period. Yeah,
Yeah.
7 minutes. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to move into the next section of our favorite gym songs. So instead of just our top 5 gym songs, these are some guilty pleasures, some off the wall songs, something you wouldn't normally associate with the gym. A lot of the music that we just played is like classic, you know, your heavy rock or rap or whatever that whistling song that Tanner played was. So these are going to be some more like guilty pleasures, like some weird stuff. So I think Tanner, you're first on the guilty pleasure list, I believe.
Yep. I think so. My first one is "Hurt" by Johnny Cash. The reason this is on here, I
Great
can't find
song.
it. Yeah, it's an incredible song. If you ever go to the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville, it ends with like explaining the music video and the song and whatnot. Super sad, but such a great song. Johnny Cash, one of my favorite all-time artists. So shout out to him, rip. But anyways, I saw a video of Chris Duffin squatting like 1,000 pounds for, I don't know if it was a PR or it was reps, the camera was, but it's still like ridiculous. But it was to this song, and where it builds in is, it just hit me that I needed to add this to the workout playlist. So here it goes. And we'll just start with the intro and get to play first 30 seconds. But the build, if you guys ever listen to this, the build is really good.
And this is a cover of a Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah. The lead
Both
singer,
versions are great. They're both great.
Yeah, it's cool that Nine Inch Nails, they interviewed him. They're like, how do you feel about Johnny Cash Jr. Cover your song? And like, once Johnny Cash covered it, we know it's no longer our song.
That's just respect right there. Yeah. They're probably their most famous song is the one that Johnny Cash did better.
Yeah.
They're still good though. Like their version's very good too.
Yep. But yeah, super depressing song. But if you listen to the lyrics and how emotional, it's just a lot of my songs, besides like your typical, like the ones we just played that like, oh yeah, that's a gym song, are like the lyrics hit me in a certain way that just gets me amped up for some reason. So what was your first like guilty pleasure or your,
all right,
whatever?
So one of my favorite songs in the world is this one that we're going to play next. And it's just kind of funky and it just gets you in a mood. And sometimes when you're in a really hard workout, you're just in a grind. Sometimes it's nice to have something that just breaks that up and kind of like snaps you out of it when you're kind of like down and out or whatever, when you're having a really tough workout or whatever. So this next song is Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. Most people will recognize this from Guardians of the Galaxy. Instantly just puts me in a good mood no matter what I'm doing. Oh, I love this song. My brother Ryan, he's a huge Marvel fan, loves a lot of the Marvel movies, loves Guardians of the Galaxy, and he just knows this song as the Guardians from the Galaxy song, which I love it. All right, Tanner, what's next on your list?
Next on my list is Ride the Lightning by Warren Ziders. I'm a big country music fan. I like kind of more the old school bluesy style stuff. So a lot of my guilty pleasure songs that are probably country covers or blues songs that you won't really work out to usually, but they just hit me in a different spot. So here it goes. This guy who got famous on TikTok or YouTube, one of the two, but super popular on TikTok.
His voice is so good.
Yeah, he's got that raspy, deep, bluesy voice.
Yep, absolutely.
Mama always said I was born on the wild side.
Not at all a gym song.
One foot in
But
the
flames
sometimes
and the
that line
other
right there,
trying
Mom
to
always
walk
says
the
born
line.
on the wild side,
and you have like 400 pounds on your back. It's kind of a little crazy, but
That's funny because you're not on the wild side at all.
no,
You and me both. We're both pretty
mild.
We're basically Wonder Bread,
that's pretty spot on.
except I
Yeah.
don't eat bread. All right. My
I
number
do with whole
2.
wheat.
Yeah, 9 grains. It needs to taste like sand. My number 2 guilty pleasure song, and anybody who knows me really well knows that I am a huge T Swift fan. Like, not embarrassed at all to say it. Love it. Love her to death. So my guilty pleasure T Swift song on my gym playlist is Bad Blood.
When we worked at Target together, this song was played all the time back in electronics where I worked.
Yeah.
It's a great song, but I always remember that.
I feel like we used to drive around Elk River and we would just listen to Taylor Swift for hours. Am I wrong? Am I misremembering that?
No, that happened. We also had
Okay.
Halloween one night at my house, so we played ping pong in the basement and listened to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I can't believe my wife married me once she knew how obsessed I was with her. Yeah, I like anything with like a good beat, a good melody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a heavy rock or rap song or anything like that.
Someone with energy that's gonna get you going.
Exactly. It just has to have some energy, just get a response from me. That's all it takes.
All right, the next
Plus,
one.
it's kind of a song where you're like pissed off at somebody and just,
Yeah.
and you get kind of in the headspace. And sometimes that helps, hate moves weight. That's what I've always been told.
It's true. It's true. My next one is, I think, a really super hype song. It's kind of like sometimes when you're trying to hit a big lift, you try to like think of things in your life to like, I don't know, push you, and like, I don't know, it sounds really stupid, but like people you felt wronged by and whatnot. Remember that stuff. Because again, hate moves weight. And I think this song kind of represents that, like everyone's got their inner wolf and you got to let it go.
I think that's physics. I think there's an equation, there's a certain amount of hate that will move a certain amount of weight. So you just need a little bit more hate, then you can move a little bit more weight.
Schooly horsepower. So, all right, that's an inside joke between us. But anyways, so the next song.
That's great for the audience, by the way. If you don't know Schooly, that makes no sense.
Yeah. But the next song is "The Wolf" by Whiskey Myers.
By the way, when he first told me this song was on his playlist, I misheard him and I thought he meant "Hungry Like the Wolf." And I just started like gut laughing. I'm like, oh my God, what a noob.
Yeah, I kissed my wife goodbye, had let the moonlight time to make some money. Everything's gonna be alright. They try to hold me down, but can't nothing last forever. I feel it in my bones. There's a change in the weather. Put me back in the saddle. Out on the road, this way I make a living is the only way I know. You're messing with some forces.
I don't know. It's kind of talking about providing for your family and trying to give them the best life, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. But, yeah.
You could definitely tell, and
it builds off that too. It's kind of a slow start, but it really builds off there. But yeah,
you can definitely tell that Tanner's a little bit more, how do I put this nicely, country than I am. And so he really likes like a lot of that like old country style. Not that that was a heavy country song, but yeah. I was surprised there wasn't a little bit more of that in your guilty pleasures or your top 5.
Well, I won't lie. When Zach Bryan's, not his most recent album, the American Heartbreak album that came out in like May, I did lift that song probably for 2 weeks straight, and that was all I listened to while lifting. That's probably one of the best country albums I've ever listened to personally.
Yeah, you're obsessed with that guy.
Yeah, and that's like me going like, I love Waylon Jennings and those guys, and that like it kills me to say that, but Zach Bryan, that album was fantastic. So.
Well, this next song couldn't be any more different than Zach Bryan. Is that what you said his name was?
Yeah, Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan. Okay. Just go ahead and play it. I don't care.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I do know this one. Yeah.
I know it's a TikTok bop. I don't care. It's 2 minutes and just it's straight in my veins every time it comes on.
I do the same thing. I told you that I never would. I told you I changed.
There's a really good metal cover of this song too that I really like, but like the original a lot.
I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that I wasted here. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. I'll be fucked up if you can't be right here.
Yeah, anything that's got a good beat and just makes my head bop like that, I can't help it. I love that. I love that.
All right, now we're gonna jump on to like roasting, making fun of, or just like each other's playlists. What we thought was funny, or like we can't believe that's on there. My first thing isn't a song. It is how many Five Finger Death Punch and Metallica songs are on there. Don't get me wrong, I love Five Finger Death Punch and I love Metallica. They have a lot of songs on my playlist too. But like it felt like 3/4 of his playlist is Metallica or Five Finger Death Punch. and there was like, it felt like every Five Finger Death Punch song was on that playlist. You can't say every Metallica song because they have so many, but it was like every Five Finger Death Punch song is on his playlist.
Yeah,
I've seen them live. I love them, but man, that was a lot.
I love both of those bands. One of our good friends, Bug, he hates Five Finger Death Punch with a passion. And every time we get on this topic, he's like, they're so cringy. Their lyrics are awful, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I like them. I love them. And last like 3 years on the Spotify Wrapped, they've been my number one artist. And it's almost exclusively because of my gym playlist. Cause I rarely listen to them outside of the gym, because that would be dangerous for society if I was just walking around listening to Five Finger Death Punch, shopping for groceries. But so I've been in the top 3% of all listeners for Five Finger Death Punch over the last 3 years. And it's exclusively because of my gym playlist. So number one rip on Tanner's playlist, he has so much Kid Rock on his playlist. And by so much, I think it's like 4 songs, but that's 4 songs too many. He is an embarrassment. He should not be played in public or in private. His music should be banned. It's awful. And the one song that I picked out of his that was on your playlist is American Badass. When I hear that harmonica, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I love harmonicas, but
I love this song because Robert Oberst walked out to the song with American flag on his back and he's jamming out before he did like a world record shoulder press. And I think he was in Great Britain or something like that, and he was like flipping off Eddie Hall. There's a story behind it. That's why I like it so much.
I think the reason I hate this song the most is because he ruins a Metallica song. That has to be why I hate it so much.
That's probably true. That makes sense.
All right, what's the next thing you're gonna trash about my playlist?
You had Old Town Road on here, which I do love this song, but I did not expect it. He does have the metal version of it.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I have the metal version of my playlist, but
yeah. So I mean, everyone knows Old Town Road, but yeah, that I didn't expect to see that on his workout playlist. It was metal, so give him that. But yeah, still didn't expect that.
All right. Tanner already has it up on the screen, but one of the things I found interesting about his playlist is he has a lot of Viking music, like Viking metal. And so this is just a song that I picked out, and it's nothing against this artist. He will make an appearance later in this list again. But yeah, can you explain this one to me, bro? What's going on with this Viking music? Just go ahead and play it.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes like when it just, again, it's about the emotional thing. Like you're trying to channel like your inner like warrior Viking when you're trying to hit PRs and stuff. And this song hits me sometimes. And I'm not saying it's a song I'm gonna play 100% through every single time. But
no, you gotta let that play. People have to understand what I'm talking about.
Frontiers, songs and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears. Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pulled together for the clan and kin. Clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, pound with him.
I like the thunder in the background too, so dramatic. All right, that's all I can take. I don't get it. I love you, but that is weird. That's a weird one.
My next one for Wirtz is just because it's a good metal cover of this song, but it's just like just kind of like a cringy, needy song. And it's
that's
I must not have added it. It's Hot Girl Bummer by Our Last Night. I didn't add it to our playlist here, so we'll skip that one.
You can just look it up quick. On-air production meeting.
Yep. I thought it was funny that the metal cover is like more popular than the actual version.
It's right there. Yep. Yeah, it's got more listens or downloads on Spotify than the original, which is crazy. Oh, we should have thrown an explicit warning on this episode. So There's a lot of bad words in these songs, but it's a gym playlist. Relax.
Yeah, it's a funny song. This be that the metal cover is good. It makes it better.
To be
but yeah.
fair, I like both of them, but yes, that the metal version is what's on my playlist. But I
it
would
have
have
been the next song.
I would have had no look at that. I would have had no shame in that the original being on my playlist either. All right, so the last cringe song from Tanner's playlist that I want to talk about today. There's plenty, but this is the one that just was the biggest head scratcher. Just go ahead and play it. The Greatest Show from the movie The Greatest Showman. I think any song that Hugh Jackman sings is just by definition not good, but
Don't hate on Wolverine, man.
I don't think Wolverine has the voice of an angel.
Tell me you couldn't deadlift to this?
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
I think that's the part that loses me. It's like
Really?
really good up until that part. Yeah.
Really? That's the part that I like that part.
When
it
he's
goes.
when he's kind of whispering into the microphone.
It's dramatic.
It's erotic maybe, but not dramatic. So this last part is going to be songs on each other's playlist that we didn't really know or we didn't really think about, but we're like, oh, this is really good. I should throw this on my playlist. So these next two songs are just going to be songs from each other's playlist that we'll probably throw on our own.
Yep. Mine from Words of Playlist is Black Wedding by In This Moment and Rob Halford.
I couldn't even think of what the song sounded like until you played it.
Yep. In This Moment's got a lot of good. She's a pretty intense screamer, but she's got some good bangers.
I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
I like a little bit of screamo. You have a lot of heavy metal screamo stuff on your playlist.
Mm-hmm. Again,
More
I
than
just
I
like
do,
being
for
yelled at,
sure.
I guess.
Yeah, you love that's your kink. I don't know what to say.
All right. That one builds pretty good. It's hard to get it in the first couple seconds, but moving on.
All right, and the song on Tanner's playlist again. This is Peyton Parrish. He's the Viking guy once again. He does a lot of weird songs like this, but this song, objectively, scientifically, cannot be debated. This song slaps. It is so good. I listened to this like 5 times today. Once I found it on your playlist, I can't get over how good this is. I could listen to this entire song.
And maybe we'll just kind of let this play in the background as we say our dues. So that's how good this song is.
Yeah, his voice is excellent. And the metal, the guitar, just the sound of it is just so perfect.
But yeah, that's our list of songs. And obviously, like Wirt said in the beginning, they're gonna change. We're gonna add new songs. New songs become our favorite. My favorite songs kind of change by the week, to be honest with you. Just all depends. And it's hard to use those songs as like emotional cushions because you really want to have it in like a meet or when you're performing in the field or whatnot. But sometimes when you're lifting early or late at night, it helps to have that pick me up. So
Yeah, I think that was the one thing that was a kind of a mind bleep, kind of messes with your mind at the meet.
Yep.
You're so used to training with music, and at least at USAPL meets, there is no music. And I just thought that was so bizarre when I first heard that. But, so I did end up having to train a little bit without some music just to try to kind of get used to that. But
Mhm.
Yeah, like Tanner said, you don't want to use it as an emotional crutch, but you also don't want to overplay your favorite songs because when you play a song too much and you're like, God, I used to love this, and now I just want to skip it every time it comes on. But
Well, thanks for listening, guys, and we're hoping to pop some more out more often now. So, but as always, no excuses.
no regrets.